So Roy Keane has called Harry Maguire's goal celebration last night at Wembley against Albania embarrassing. And guess what? Roy Keane yet again spitting facts. Roy Keane yet again hitting a nail on the head. What is wrong with Harry Maguire? I am truly perplexed by his behaviour here. It is outrageous. It's outrageous that he was selected for the England team. It's outrageous that he has maintained his position as Manchester United captain. It's outrageous that he starts for Manchester United. But for Gareth Southgate to include him in this England team is actually bewildering. Truly bewildering. For those of you that haven't seen it, firstly, I'm envious of you. I am truly envious of you because it's one of those things that you now can't unsee. Harry Maguire scores what some will call a bullet header, others will call a free header against Albania. Brilliant news. You know, there's no such thing as a bad goal. Good work. He then celebrates by knee sliding and putting his fingers in his ears, as if to intimate blocking out the critics, can't hear the critics. That's definitely what he's doing, by the way. No noise from the haters. The geezer thinks he's Kim Kardashian. You haven't got haters, mate. They're just football fans with opinion. You don't need to block out the haters. Absolutely ridiculous from Maguire. I couldn't believe it at the time. I was watching it in the pub, and the thing that I found so baffling about it is it's as if he thinks that one goal for England against beatable opposition at home in a fixture that ultimately means nothing. England are going to the World Cup in Qatar 2022. That's happening. That's a fact. England are going. It's, as goals go, one of the lesser in terms of importance, right? He has acted as if that goal has outweighed and made invisible weeks and weeks and weeks of atrocious performances. When you think of Harry Maguire, do you know, I think everybody's got a game. This is quite a good game to play, right? If I say Harry Maguire this season, I reckon that we could all think of a Maguire moment where we're just like, oh God, what is he doing? And none of us will come up with the same one. There are that many moments where you're like, oh my lordy, this player is Manchester United captain. Think of the rich tradition that being Manchester United captain carries. Think of the weight and grandeur and poise that comes with being Manchester United captain. He is following in the footsteps of some of the greatest ever. And this is the way he carries on. For me, if you said Harry Maguire this season, the jewel in the crown for me is probably the Liverpool game where he crashed into Luke Shaw. That was probably the one. But equally, we could make a case for the Harry Maguire moment being against Liverpool. We could equally make a case for it. I think you could probably have 3 moments in the Leicester game. 4 moments in the Liverpool game. It's ridiculous. It is truly ridiculous that he scores this goal for England and that completely wipes out weeks and weeks and weeks of shoddy performances. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a better manager, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had enough about him, Manchester United would have dropped Harry Maguire for the derby. That is the importance of getting Harry Maguire in the team. He is directly responsible for points lost by Manchester United. He isn't a symptom, he is the reason. He is at the epicenter of why Manchester United are languishing where they are in the league, why there is jeopardy around their manager. If it boils down to one person on the pitch, it's Harry Maguire. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the minerals, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have dropped him. That's a fact. He shouldn't have played the derby. I know he's a captain, and you can't really drop your captain before the derby. But what should have happened, if Harry Maguire had anything about him, the club would have come up with some reason for him not to play that game. Got a niggle, can't play in the derby. He's still captain, we still back him fully, he's still our guy, but he can't play this game. Because when he plays, you can't win. And so it be. The previous game, I think it was a European game against Atalanta. Eric Bailly came in and was man of the match. Cristiano Ronaldo rightly got the headlines because Cristiano Ronaldo secured the points. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 really world-class goals. I'm going to stop because I'm going to go off on a Cristiano Ronaldo tangent here, so I'm going to pull it back. Harry Maguire, forgive me, Eric Bailly that day was man of the match. The headlines will belong to Ronaldo, but Eric Bailly was sensational. Manchester United's backline on current form should be Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof. Lindelof gets a lot of stick. And he gets a lot of stick because people don't give it to Maguire. Overall, don't get me wrong, I think Maguire is a better player overall, but form is important. And Maguire's form has been atrocious since the start of this season, since the Euros ended. There seems to be a theme with a lot of players that played for England in the Euros. When you think about virtually the entire team, with the exception of Phil Foden, maybe Grealish, with the exception of Reece James. But look, a lot of the England players are playing really badly. And I wonder if it's more than a coincidence. But what Harry Maguire has done here is truly ridiculous. His performances have been a disgrace. And then to behave like that, to knee slide and prompt a video like this, to prompt the outrage, it's so meaningless. Roy Keane, yet again, nail on the head. Roy Keane has said it was an embarrassing thing to do, and I couldn't agree more. You know, I put a tweet out before the game, I was in the pub, put a tweet out saying, I can't believe he's starting. Gareth Southgate is getting it so wrong starting him. I then didn't look at the phone. I saw the starting lineup, saw Maguire was in it, was feeling so uninspired by that. I think, what message does that send to this team to start him in a game like this? In a game that you're always going to win. Why are you starting Maguire? He hasn't earned it. He doesn't deserve it. He shouldn't be there. The second that I didn't look, right? So I said he shouldn't start. I then didn't look at my phone because I'm watching the football in the pub. I then looked at my phone again, like after, and it's full of people saying, he scored, you look an idiot, he scored. Are you missing the point entirely? My point, firstly, is about his defensive qualities, and therefore him scoring doesn't really change too much there. But secondly, and more importantly, he shouldn't have been starting. Him scoring isn't the issue. He shouldn't have been starting. Gareth Southgate should have more about him to not start him in a match like this. He doesn't deserve it. What sort of message does that send? What sort of message does that send to this England team if somebody who has behaved and performed so poorly for so long starts immediately? I just truly can't understand it. I think it demonstrated a pitiful lack of courage from Southgate, lack of conviction to start a player who's had such a poxy season. It's not conforming to the point of international football, and that point is meritocracy. You should earn your place. And then, this celebration. I mean, in terms of levels of embarrassment and levels of tragic behaviour from a footballer, this is up there where Michael Owen was pinging those goals in against the kid, wasn't it? This is up there with that. Like, what are you doing, Harry? Roy Keane, bang on. I love Roy Keane, you know. That man is an icon. And that man is a Manchester United captain. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We are limping ever closer to 150,000 subs. Would you do me the honour of clicking subscribe? If you do, we might even get there today. It would be a fantastic way to go into the weekend. Out tonight to celebrate. Have a great weekend, everyone. In a bit.